Welcome to the Dog and Gus Show.
What's up, dog?
Not much. You?
What do we got going on today?
Oh, man. Really stoked. We got another in-person interview.
Amazing.
This time we've got Jake Demarsh, a local artist, and it's going to be awesome to talk to this guy. He's got a lot of stories to tell us, and very excited about this.
Nice. Welcome, Jake.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Nice to have you, man.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So I listened to your tune that you sent us, and I have to say there's quite a great amount of, I found like a hope, but also despair, and it just was it really spoke to me. Can you go through that song for us?
Yeah. So basically, when I was writing this, I was kind of reminiscing about my past experience with drug addiction, and I was just trying to see how I could, I don't know, just try to instill hope in other people. Writing the chorus kind of thing, right? Kind of equates to like, I was lying, I was doing lots of things that were kind of shady, and but still kind of knowing that there's something more for my life, kind of deal,
Yeah. No, it makes you can kind of sense that in the song.
Yeah,
dog?
Yeah, I can hear parts of that for sure. Positive, and also just the dark side of addiction. Like I'm personally don't have any experience with, but I'm, it was pretty cool to listen to. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right, I have a question. Because I was listening to the song, and I came up with this question. Was it hard when you were dealing with the addiction, with being in a place where people knew who you were? And
right.
Well, what I mean by that is like there's going to be people who say, you know what, Jake, I'm here to help you, man. If you want to get off this stuff, great. But there's the other guys that kind of depend on you to, to not get off this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, how much of a struggle that was for you.
Yeah, well, it was a long battle. It took me a long time to finally figure out that logistically I needed to vacate the premises.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's why I ended up moving to Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah, to go to a treatment center.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that Rosie's?
No, I was down on George Street. That one Salvation Army?
Yes.
Yeah, I went there for about 5 months.
Yeah, I worked down in the market for years and years, so I know the area. Yeah,
it's quite a place to try to get clean. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah,
it's not really the best.
My
place
parents dropped me off there, and they're like, "Where the hell did we bring this guy?"
Yeah,
it's not looking promising.
No, it's challenging. My uncle, he passed a couple of years ago, but he was schizophrenic, so he was always at the Mission. So anytime I'd always go see him there, it was always, full of people with mental health issues and addiction issues. So yeah, it's, good for you, man, because like that, I remember I'm also in sobriety too, so in recovery. So the first 90 days they say are very challenging, and yes, they were, and you try and just get to a meeting every day and go from there. So like, what was the role of music in your early years of your life? Like,
well, I started pretty young. It's embarrassing to say this, but one of my first influences, like, I think I was like maybe like 9, 8, somewhere around there, was Hanson. I saw that little kid drummer, and I just thought, wow, I want to do that.
Yep.
And my parents were like, are you sure? Because, no parent wants to jump in and just be like, yeah, we're going to buy a drum kit, the loudest, most annoying instrument. That,
exactly, yeah.
Some kid with too much energy is going to smash around. Right?
Exactly.
That's right. Well, your parents sound like amazing people to put up with that.
For sure. To run out and buy a drum kit. You sure you don't want to start with like a flute or a ukulele or something?
Yeah.
No.
Or just listen to music on your earphones.
Yeah, they didn't run out and buy one. I had to practice on the couch cushions.
Right.
Sitting on the couch with the armrest was the hi-hat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did that for about a year.
Well,
then make sure I wanted to really do it.
Your parents are smart, man. We'll find out that you're dedicated to it, and say, okay, now we'll get you the set.
Yeah. That's right.
Perfect.
Yep. And then we'll move you to the garage.
Then we'll move you to another city.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what should happen.
That's awesome, Hanson. That's coming right out of left field. I never would have saw that.
Bop.
James will break into song, and
I don't. I'm going to do what I want to do, baby.
Yeah, you are. It's your podcast too. All right,
I know. It's
that's awesome
to say that, but it's the truth.
Hey, that's okay. Now, as a singer-songwriter, I always was wondering about this. What is a song that you wish that you had written?
Whoa, that's a tough question.
I know. It's a tough question. I asked the hard-hitting questions.
I mean, there's so many great songs that have so many different great things about them.
Yep.
I don't know. Probably some Beatles song or
nice.
something.
That's the right answer right there.
Oh, man.
He knows us.
Yeah. Well,
sure.
I
They-
thought,
they
I
have-
thought, yeah, they have so many, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Beautifully
many
written
great
songs.
things, yeah. If you'd thrown Steve Earle in there, you would be coming back to every podcast we've ever done.
Steve Earle, man. You know what? I was listening to some Steve Earle on the weekend, and my nephew, who was younger, had never heard Copperhead Road or Galway Girl, so I played them both for him. He's
Of
like,
course you did.
Copperhead Road is like an awesome tune. I'm like, you damn right it is.
Yeah, you should maybe listen to some other stuff he did.
Yeah, like that's a classic.
That's awesome.
So, like, if you were to go through your creative process, is there anything that sort of stands out when you get into that, or is it kind of euphoric, sort of?
It's fairly structured, I would say. Like, I kind of try to come up with, like, either I'll have a riff that I've kind of messed around with on the guitar, and then try to build off of that. But I usually try to start with, like, a premise of an idea so that I can have, like, an overarching sort of theme that fits together.
Right.
But of late, I started doing it in Ableton Live and using that process, recording it, like rough, as like a sketch pad.
Yeah, makes
Because I
sense.
can get a lot more depth of, like, I could add a piano here, or I could do this there, or, so
Mhm.
kind of try to fill out the whole song, and then I'll take that to the guys that I work with in Gatineau. He has like a basement studio, but it's like a legit one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's put the money into it, and that's where that song you heard was
Oh,
recorded.
amazing. Really?
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and they're
Shout it out.
Yeah.
what, this still hope?
yeah.
No, the
Oh,
studio.
the studio.
Studio,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's Renee. It's RC Productions. It's my buddy Renee,
Nice.
and my he's like a musical director, I guess, role in what we're doing. Is
Great.
Ken Mahoney. He's great dude.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with those guys. So, but,
And yeah, we kind of talked about that too. Is like you need to have that trust, right?
yeah,
In what you're
yeah.
doing. Yeah, man. You know what? We love what you're doing. Let's do it. As
Yeah.
opposed to, I'm not really feeling this.
There's
you know?
that, and also the
Yeah.
constructive criticism that
Yep.
comes. I think would
Yeah.
be beneficial as well.
Well, that's true, because one of the first things they said when I, like I was saying, I do a sketch pad first and so I showed them those recordings first, and then they were like, "This song's really slow,"
Yeah.
and like right off the bat, I think they were a little worried to tell me that at first, but I'm pretty easygoing, so I was like, "Yeah, you know what, you're probably right. Let's speed it up a bit," and ultimately now we found the tempo. And
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
think in this field you can't have you need to have a tough skin, right? Like
yeah,
you're gonna have your critics. They're gonna love your stuff. They're gonna hate your stuff.
yeah.
But to have the honesty at the beginning when you're starting out doing it, like you're like, I love this riff. No, man, it's got to be a little bit faster. You got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen and it works, great.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's
I think
awesome.
I think it's like a collaboration of many things, right?
Yeah.
They always talk about collaborations, and I think you're obviously the talent, and as far as musically, but there's some people that are engineers, and they're very good at hearing things properly and know what sounds better.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, because that's where I was at. I was bringing it to my maximum capacity of like recording production-wise. I haven't done that very much, and so they're exactly what I needed. Was that end, and then knowing people that do the mixing, the mastering, and all that. It really paid off.
Must have been a learning experience for you too.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Learned tons of stuff with them.
Awesome. And you need that trust, right? Because you're bringing
Absolutely.
in like this song that
He's
Yeah,
poured his heart
it's,
into.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's the most important thing in the world to you, and the guy goes,
yeah,
it's like, no, man, like you need to buy into this because this is important to me. And when they buy in, gold.
yeah. And when they heard the story of like because they didn't really know me that well, it was
Right.
a family friend who recommended me to them. And then when I told them, this is what I'm doing, and then this is like what I want to do with the song, like donating 100% of the proceeds and streaming revenue to charity to help recovering addicts, that was, right there. They were like, okay, this is interesting, because it's like a kid, he's got this great song, and he wants to work on this with us, and he's flexible, and he's trying to do something good with it.
And
So,
solid, right?
yeah, they really.
So all
believed in that.
proceeds are going to.
Yeah, and I'm setting up the GoFundMe link on my Spotify, and I think for the first year, because I'm like relatively almost unknown
Of course.
artist, that it's a debut single, so
Yeah.
I want to try to utilize that to help other people and to build a fan base, hopefully with
Yeah.
people that have either know somebody or
Yeah.
have gone through it themselves.
Oh, that's great, man.
Or
Yeah.
just somebody like myself who's like that is like the
Yeah.
most awesome thing I've heard in a long time. You've got a fan.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah, and
That's
people
right.
just believing in the cause. for
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly. Dream collaboration. Like if you got to sing or write a song with a singer or a songwriter, who we going with? I love putting him on the spot. He's just like,
No,
Well,
I think
that's good.
I think right now I would want to try and do something with Hosier. You know him?
Nice. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take me to
I've
church.
been really,
Yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah.
has. That's his one hit, but like he has just so many great songs.
Hey,
Yeah,
you don't have to
really
convince us.
Yeah, I really love it.
Yeah, I like Hozier too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's kind of a not the one that you hear every day too.
Nope, absolutely for sure.
Yeah, so
That's
I
awesome.
like
Yeah,
that.
That's
I
a
like
great
that,
answer.
Yeah, like I mean, for me, it'd be like I want to do something with David Bowie, but what are you gonna do?
A little tough to do that now.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in
I want to do
in
something.
my heart, I can
Yeah.
still
In my
believe.
heart.
Yeah.
you know?
yeah.
Well, you got to ask the question. You got to word it differently, dead or alive, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
enough.
I-
okay.
yeah, I
yeah,
could've-
yeah, okay.
I guess I could have
So,
done
okay, what about a past artist?
Oh,
You put yourself here, buddy.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I did it to myself.
that. You threw it out there.
It's all good, man.
I don't know. Probably maybe I'll stick with the Beatles just because like
Another good answer.
Yeah. Well, no, that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's to work with somebody like John Lennon would probably be pretty cool.
Or George Harrison.
well,
Oh,
yeah.
my mom.
There's lots of talent
is a
there.
George guy.
there's
McCartney,
too much
all
talent,
them,
man.
yeah.
Too much talent. in one
McCartney's
guy.
still here though, dude.
No, he died years ago. You don't remember that whole scandal that Paul
just knocked
McCartney's
on
actually
wood.
dead?
Yeah.
He's just a replica or something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's
He's
just.
a clone.
He's a hand drawn facsimile.
What is it? They do like the gram you know what I mean?
No
Hologram.
hologram. Yeah,
Jeez.
he's a holographic image.
Shit, man.
Wow, sorry.
It's
been a long day.
No, it's my fault.
Uh-huh.
Is there a music style that you don't like?
Maybe like more modern, like the country rap rock kind of thing.
Like the Little Nas X or something like that?
Well, not even that. I don't know. There's just some stuff that's like kind of like it's on the cusp of like being country,
Yep.
like riff and stuff. But it's like the way they speak the lyrics, the cadence of it is almost like pseudo rap.
Yeah, I get
I'm
it.
not super
Not
big
down with
fan
that?
of that. It's kind of twangy, but it's sort of rapping. I don't know.
Do you like country music?
A little bit, yeah. It depends if
Come
it's,
on.
if it's older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your dog's the same.
Yeah.
I am.
I knew we
See,
could be friends.
But I love Eric. I love Eric. Yeah,
we most certainly could be.
although I love Eric Church, and I love
Eric is great.
Yeah.
There's a few
Jason
standouts
Aldean.
in the new country.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's a whole bunch that's just like, hey, let's put up the assembly line. Here, you get a hat, you don't get a hat. You get a hat, you don't get a hat.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I get
Now,
that.
I have a question I didn't even write down. Because you're a musician
Mhm.
and a singer-songwriter, you have a different perspective on songs than, like, say, James and I do.
Right.
Like, we'll like a melody or we'll like the words
Yeah.
or the beat to it, but you're like, it's more like, okay, well, I see what he did there. I'm not really, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I wish I
Yeah.
had that.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe you could tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you do as a musician.
Was that a
you s-
question, dog?
It was sort of, yeah.
What the hell was that?
It was
There's a
leading,
statement
Can you
and a
just leave me
question.
alone?
Yeah, no,
was-
man, this is serious. Let's
it was
go.
It was leading
I'm just
towards
kidding.
the
I'm
question.
just kidding.
Just lay
Yeah,
off me,
yeah.
man.
No, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I guess musicians they see things through a different lens, so to
Mhm.
speak. But I think ultimately there's that core raw thing that everybody finds attractive in music, like whether it's like kind of the tribal sense of the drums or whatever it is. I definitely see it's just maybe the musicians notice like some of the maybe more finer
Yes.
details of the process that
Yeah,
they
that's
see.
what kind of what I was going towards. But
Yeah,
Like
for
when
sure.
you asked me about like how my song ends.
yeah, that kind
abruptly,
of.
and I had to be like, oh well, actually, it's because it ends on the blah, 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 right? It's
And
like
I was like, what?
some musicians will.
You
will
should say
get
that. Why does it end abruptly?
Well, it just
Blah, blah,
ends
blah, blah.
like normally you would end on like a one of the beat
course,
of four
yeah.
beat, and it ends on like a one and. So it's like kind of like different. You don't usually
That's
hear
cool.
that, or they like come up with an ending.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
it has like shots or like accents at the end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that kind of threw me because I've listened to a lot of music over the years, and I was like, was that meant to be like that? And I asked Jake, and he's like, yeah, that was on purpose. Oh, okay.
Well, that's
That's cool.
listen,
It's cool. Like I like it the way, but it's just
He's
like
an-
I'm not used to
he's
it.
an
Yeah.
individual. Like I like that. Like he's kind of
Yeah.
got his own way.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
So if you could change one thing about the music industry, what would it be?
I would probably say probably the way that they monetize music. I feel like that's probably what most musicians would say, right?
It's actually
Oh,
exactly
exactly what Mark said
Leo
last-
said
Of
last
course,
week.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because if you look at the numbers per stream, like on Spotify, it's like .00054 of a penny per stream, I think.
Really?
What?
Is that serious?
It's super, super low. And so, like, that's why I started out with my campaign saying 50%. I'm going to do 50% of the proceeds, right? And I'm thinking, like, if I can get a lot, I'll maybe be able to help some people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked up the numbers. And I'm like, this ain't going to work. I'm going to have to, like, do a charity concert or, like, do the GoFundMe link was my ultimate other idea. So
Yeah.
I was very disappointed in whoever owns Spotify. But hopefully somebody will come and make an NFT platform that's, like, easier.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
got it. You know what? It's going to happen. Even somebody in the music industry might, say, hey, you know what? Enough. And let's do
I think the
this.
big bands don't care because they're getting
Well, they don't, yeah.
it's
100 million, and they get say half of a penny of that. You're still making
but it's tough for the guys.
5 million.
the guys coming up, right? Like it's just
No, I think it's harder now than ever. There's certainly an avenue for new artists to get onto a platform and eventually, but I think social media is a big part of that too, where you see all these artists that I was talking a bit about it last week, but like on TikTok, some people are getting their music, they get kind of their music out there through TikTok, which that's how they get it out there to be so many people that get to hear it, right? All the young people start hearing, oh, it's that song. What's that song? And then that's how they sort of, monetize their money on that part.
Yeah, it's great for organic reach.
Yeah.
Like it puts it out. If you pay
Kind
for
of
like an
valuable.
advertisement, it puts it out to like potentially in front of millions of people.
and these influencers are making the money off of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jake, I'm an influencer. I'll do your song, but this is going to cost you this much. But you're just like an up and coming guy. Guys, I don't have that kind of money.
No, it's not that way. I don't think. I think
No?
they put it
Well,
out there.
hopefully it's
They
not.
use the song, and then if the influencer obviously makes money on their own end,
Right.
but the song itself they don't make money off of.
Okay, well then that's good.
Like an influencer who has like say 1 million followers gets free stuff from all types of companies to do a post about it. But if they use your music, there's no like your music's out there, right? Like if
and that's what you want in the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of want to have more ears listening to it, but some people, like remember Metallica was against Napster, but it was that was all about money. But at the time, it was kind of cool to have a different avenue. It was the beginning of what we're listening to now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a precursor for
Would you agree?
all the
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think why TikTok is very popular is because I think they buy the rights to the music that people use, like automatically if it's posted on TikTok. I think they do something so that it's copyrighted so that so people can reshare it and reuse it. Like if you use like say a TikTok and post it on Instagram and you don't get rid of the watermark, it like usually won't do as well.
Interesting.
Because
That makes sense.
I think they've already like got their hand on that a little bit in terms of copywriting and things like that. So
the algorithm.
yeah, I think that's how it works, but I don't know. These things are very complex.
Yes.
They are.
They confuse the hell out of me. Just
Yeah.
ask James.
Yeah. No, it's he was asking me a bunch of questions yesterday. That was
Just to change a name on my
I was like,
freaking
can you
Instagram."
just edit your profile? And he's like, what do you mean? And oh man, I was sitting there after a long day trying to figure it out.
Listen, buddy, I've been listening to music since 8-tracks were around, so don't be dissing
I
me
know,
on
but
that.
have you ever heard of YouTube?
Yes.
Or is it just James Tube?
No, it's just James too, because you're friendly, and
Gus Tube.
Gus Tube. I just got to call him up. My Gus
Sorry-
helpline.
Sorry, Jake. I forgot you were here.
Yeah. No worries.
Just kidding, bro. What's is there a link between ethics and music?
A link between ethics and music.
Yeah.
Like in what sense do you think?
I think like how there's business ethics.
Yeah.
You have to be responsible and you have to be have your fiduciary. But in music, it would be more like, are you going to stealing a song or something like that? Is there that's happened before, obviously.
Oh
but
yeah, like look at what's going on with Ed Sheeran. Just got out of a case for one of the songs he did.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa's in
another-
so much
yeah,
trouble.
she's doing
Oh, my
some stuff.
goodness.
So yeah, there is some ethics, but I think one of the main points that was brought up in the Sheeran case was that it was like there's only so many notes in the thing, and you're writing a very structured style pop. Like you're bound to play things that sound similar.
Yeah.
Makes
You
sense.
know?
Yeah.
No, it does.
Yeah, and I think that actually warranted them recording all their sessions and everything that they do.
Mhm.
So now they're gonna log it all and show how they came up. Like,
the process
it's a
they
massive
did.
undertaking too.
Yeah.
100 hours recording everything that you are recording. like on video.
But better than being sued, right? Or taking that time
Did
away
Sheeran,
from.
is Sheeran
Well, yeah.
suing? Is that who?
No,
No,
he's being
sued
sued.
by
Okay.
a copyright firm, I think.
Oh, okay.
That own the rights to a song that
Yeah.
he sounded a lot like.
They've been doing that a lot lately, I
Yeah.
believe. They've been like these firms have come in and they're buying all these like copyrights
Yeah,
of old songs
Yeah,
and other
yeah.
people's catalogs.
Yeah,
right?
there's
Their
a
old-
lot of
old
that.
catalogs, and then
Yeah.
they revive those songs, and then they pay royalties, I believe, to the artist.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, like there's you hear like there's a few people out there that have sold their whole collection of
Their
everything they've
catalog,
ever
yeah.
written. It's like
Well, Bruce Springsteen just did.
Springsteen did it. And
Yeah.
that's a huge repertoire.
I think he made like $500 million.
I think he just bought a whole
Exactly.
country with that money.
Well, he's like
Yeah.
in his 70s, man. Like, at
Yeah.
what point are you taking it with you, or would you rather just monetize it while you're alive and then pass it on? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can give it to me if you like, so I'm okay with
Just
that.
just 5 mil,
Sure, even a mil I would take. I'm okay, Bruce.
500 G's,
Call me, Bruce.
50 G's.
Just release my dad for me, Bruce. Come on. All right, tell us a little bit about it's Rosie's, right? Is that the institution you're going to be giving that money to, or what's the
Ashes to Rubies.
Ashes to Rubies? I read that completely wrong. Wow.
Rosie's.
I don't know. I'm thinking like MASH, maybe. I think we're going to go have a drink at Rosie's afterwards.
No, it's
But you're not.
But
You're
we're not.
That's the whole point of it.
Anyway, go ahead and tell us
that
about
might
that,
be
Jake.
counterproductive.
Yeah, here I am. I'm enticing two guys that have been sober for 2.5 to 5 years, and hey, guys, let's go have a beer.
No,
that would never
Listen,
happen.
once you get to a point, you kind of like it's around, right? You're not
Oh,
gonna.
Hey,
yeah, it's everywhere.
And I would, and James knows I would never do that ever.
No,
No,
he would.
ever.
He would overthink it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the organization is it works with addicts in the community. They're at various different stages
Right.
of recovery, and I think they run a program there.
Okay.
So they just have some overhead and some things that they obviously cost money to run
Yeah,
programs
of
like
course, of course. It's not
that. So
free.
that's where I thought, and he's become a pretty good friend of mine. John Ruby's the guy who runs it.
Nice.
Yeah, they're really, really great, and they throw, I think, a benefit of some type of concert at the end of every summer.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to play that as well,
That'd be cool.
and
You
I'm
have to
hoping to have a full band by then.
Yeah, you have to let us know when that is.
That'd be cool
'cause,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd like to come.
Yeah, keep us. Yeah, we'll obviously follow you along on Instagram
we'll
and
keep it-
social media.
Oh, for
but
sure.
but
Yeah,
certainly,
we'll
yeah.
keep in touch.
We'll definitely keep in touch.
Love
And now, a word from our sponsor.
We are currently recording Doug and Gus in the podcast booth at Staples Studio, Ottawa, on 403 Bank Street, where they have everything to help your business work, learn, and grow. They are currently offering a clean and safe place to work with desks, offices, and drop-in memberships. More than a co-working space, Studio is a community to help you work, learn, and grow. For more information on pricing, please visit studio.staples.ca or contact the community manager at studio.ottawa@staples.ca for a tour. What song do you sing in the shower, Jake?
There's
Just to totally mess with you.
There's a couple. There's a Alan Stone song I sing called "Contact High." I don't know if if you're familiar with him.
I'm not.
He's out of Seattle.
Okay.
He's a soul singer, kind of.
Like more like in the last 10 years kind of guy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I'll check him
I
out.
think he's like 30 something. Yeah. Write him down. He's really got some great music.
Alan Stone?
Yeah, I went and saw him live in Toronto. I think he was somewhere. Can't
Awesome.
remember where he went, but yeah, he's awesome.
Nice.
Try to anyway.
Yeah,
That's where you got to go for it. Is in the shower.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
leave it all in the
I mean, that's
floor
where
in there.
musically, that's where I'm at my best.
Yeah.
No clothes,
Yeah.
straight up.
It's honest, man.
Usually, mine might be hip hop sometimes, though. I might fire in a
You mean
little Tribe Called Quest.
What do you mean
Oh, yeah?
sometimes?
Oh, yeah, man. I love
85%.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I like
yeah.
him too. Yeah.
Or I'll just get into like the willingest, but to be the silliest. Anyways.
Me, it's the vehicle. I don't shower. Not so
Yeah,
much.
that's true. I listen to a lot of music in the car,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm always
Yeah.
always in the vehicle with it.
Like to a point where my partner says, like, it's too loud in here.
Yeah.
Um,
Honey, I'm driving.
What
So
do you
you
got?
have to listen. I want to say that I believe that Jake is quite a Renaissance man musically. The man plays, the man writes songs, he sings songs, and he also builds instruments.
what?
Yeah. So to
You
me, that's a
build
real
instruments?
Yeah, that's the real
Yeah.
Renaissance man.
Get the
Talk
fuck
about that,
outta here.
Jake.
Yeah. I just started making a jig for Triple O Martin guitar with my friend Fred. He's about 70 years old, but he's got like a plethora of knowledge of guitar building in Lutherie, it's called.
Oh, my God. Amazing.
Yeah, so I've built 3 ukuleles so far by hand.
I'm going to buy one from you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I am.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I made a few different
I want a
ones.
ukulele so bad. And a mandolin.
Nice.
Like, I don't know if you can build one of those. Those are probably really hard.
Maybe after the acoustic. If I could build an acoustic, I could try a mandolin. I think they're a lot more difficult.
I would think there's a lot of moving parts.
There's
in
a
that
lot
one.
of things.
Yeah.
Going
But
on
now
there.
a Yuki, I'd be down for sure.
Yeah. So like, just getting.
How did you get into that?
Well, I'm a carpenter by trade anyway.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I have a lot of skills already as a carpenter, and then I've always loved guitars and acoustic guitars, electric guitars, whatever. But I thought, oh man, it'd be so cool to build my own.
Yeah, it's unreal.
You know, like cut down your own tree. No,
I got lots of wood at my house. If you want to come get some.
You know what, Jake? Right now, there's a lot of trees out there you could probably take.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I should do. Go around.
Were you affected by that?
Not really. No, my girlfriend's parents were though out in they're like east of Gatineau.
Yeah,
Quebec. Yeah,
the east end, like the eastern parts, got it really bad.
Yeah, they had a tree fall on their house. No real damage, but it fell on top of it.
Unreal.
Yeah, I helped them cut one
down.
Wow,
that's yeah. And the south end where my mom lives too is South End, South Keys.
Yeah,
it's like a war zone down there.
I know.
I went down to bring her some groceries and stuff, and there's trees uprooted all over the place, man.
Pretty
Crossing
bad.
roads and stuff.
Hey, we're thinking about you out there if you had any problems.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Message us on Instagram and we'll help you out any way we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll bring the carpenter.
Yeah. Rebuild your house for you.
Whoa.
Sorry. Was that too much?
We got to be back here next week.
Okay. I got to ask a question.
Please
and
do.
I'm going to take it off of your list.
Okay.
Because we have this discussion. We're going to have it with every person we bring in here now.
Okay.
80s or 90s music.
Oh, dude, come on.
Yeah, he's already 1 for 1, so.
I was going to say 90s.
Yes,
Damn it.
guy.
Damn it.
But you do like some 80s music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
same. But
I
you're
even
probably
like
you and I are
older-
probably
I-
similar in age. That's probably why, because you probably heard the 90s music when you were a kid, right?
Yeah. Definitely. I still like music from even back further.
Well, I know, but this is just
sure.
between James
No,
and
I
us.
see.
So
Yeah.
we have like a little thing because Dog has an 80s show on
Okay.
on Feel It Radio UK.
Yep.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday between 3 and 5, I play 2 hours of 80s music.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
And but I'm a 90s guy because I was
Right.
I was born in the 80s, but I
Yeah.
do have a soft spot for Love Shack. I don't know if that's still.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah,
There he goes.
see?
There goes
Yeah,
Jake.
Jake was dancing away.
He was got it in his head.
Interesting.
I'm sick of that song because I'm also a DJ, and
Yeah.
that song I played far too many times.
Well, Mark hated it too because he had to play. He was in like in a band before.
Yeah, I
he
know. We were
played all
talking about
the
this last week with Mark. He's just
Yeah.
like, There's certain songs you get to. It's like, now when you do a live show, obviously you're not doing a lot of material because you're still writing stuff.
Yeah.
So what are you playing?
Usually I'll do some covers,
Okay.
like some Radiohead or it could be anything really.
90s.
Yeah, anything 90s. No, I did like a Ray Charles. I did Ray Charles.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Georgia did that one.
That's a great tune.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool chords in that song.
Yeah. Now are
Do
you?
you play piano too?
I was just.
Uh,
you beat me to it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I can play some things on the piano, but I would never say
You dabble with
I
it?
play the piano.
Right. Okay.
Because the piano player would laugh at me. They'd
Yeah.
be like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
think you
I
do.
don't think they'd. Well, maybe they would.
Yeah. Point
I
of
don't know.
contention.
Yeah.
Those pianists.
Yeah,
Those
because
pianists,
when you say
yeah.
Ray Charles, that's a lot of piano based.
Yeah,
pretty
it
much
is.
Well, he only played the piano, right?
Oh
Yeah.
well, yeah, and
Yeah.
sang obviously, but he was. I love Ray Charles.
Yeah, I was
love
kind of
Ray
hoping you were going to say seven Spanish Angels. I hope you were going to say that song. Him and
Seven.
Willie Nelson. Oh man,
Charles. Really, eh?
great tune. The two of them. Oh my God,
You know what? I gotta
So
check
good.
that out too.
so good.
You know so much. Like I'm so glad I do this podcast with you, bro.
Yeah, it's because I'm old.
And,
One thing that I do kind of nod to the piano on the guitars, I play the guitar finger style.
Okay,
So like I don't usually use a pick,
Right.
unless it's sort of like a song that calls for that. So like a piano, when you press a chord, you can hit multiple notes at the same time. You
Yeah.
can do the same thing with your fingers as well, where you pluck all the strings sort of at the
Okay.
same time. So it gives kind of like a chordal
got you. And that's
overtone.
see, I never knew the difference. Right, like I'm not a musician, so I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
there was a difference between playing with a pick or playing with your fingers. I didn't realize there was a difference.
Yeah.
well, not like there is quite a difference, right? It's very hard to play just without a pick.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
You know, Mark Knopfler, like
Not personally.
no, but Dire Straits. He's known like people like guitarists, and they all know him to be the greatest without
Well,
a pick.
It's funny you say
Yeah.
that because I just saw a little clip about him yesterday.
Yeah,
They're talking about his when they were doing that the Dire Straits '80s album.
Love it. Well, I love the Dire Straits, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I love '80s music.
I know
just,
you do.
know,
I
I
know you
just
do.
I like one more.
But
than the
that's like I didn't like. Like I said, I'm a music fan. I'm not a musician, so I didn't realize there was a difference.
other. Yeah.
There we go. I'm a
Well,
little
that's
older.
yeah. I mean, it's. I think it's a good. Well, listen, I've been trying to play the guitar my whole life. I've been practicing, and I'm not very good, Jake,
Yeah.
just so you know. But I like to play.
Yeah.
I
play the stereo.
I think that's all it's about.
Yeah.
Maybe you can build me a guitar that plays itself.
Or makes them sound
And
better.
looks, and it looks super funky.
They have ones that tune themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
Wow.
it's weird.
I feel like that's kind of a cool part of being a guitar player, though, tuning your guitar before you play it.
Yeah,
Because you got to play, like, not everybody plays the same chord,
Sort
right?
of, so
Am
one
I
of
saying
those-
that right?
yeah.
It's one of those arts, right? Like you kind of.
I think a lot of professional musicians might even forget how to tune their guitar because they're
Oh, yeah,
always
they-
getting the tuned one handed to them.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true.
When they're
Forget
on,
where
we're,
they're-
yeah, we're
forget
on
where
the,
they came from.
Yeah, they don't. They're like, I bought this guitar. And
yeah, go out the guitar,
Yeah.
but
sounds
it's tuned.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, they just by that point they're just like.
No, I
you
think
know,
you're at
I think that's your goal, buddy. You got a
Yeah.
self-tuned guitar.
Yeah,
There
that
you
one,
go.
yeah.
There we go. And no,
That's
Dream-
getting
dream
into
big.
a
Dream big.
engineering nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If because your tune is it is deep and it is a bit. You could say it's a bit sad, but it's not sad. It's actually I find it to be enlightening and like. Anyways, I just really like the song. What is the saddest song you've ever heard?
I don't know. There was one I was singing there the other day by Coldplay. The one, what is it called there?
I am not a Coldplay expert.
I like a lot of their. Is it from Flesh? Is it from Blood Straight to the Head or whatever the album's
It
called?
might be, yeah.
Like
I don't
the
know
Scientist
the
or
name.
something?
No, it's but it's like that.
Sparks.
No, that's a great song though too.
I like that song.
I love that song. Actually, I do a cover of that too. But no, what is it? When you try your best and you don't succeed.
Yeah, that's a good tune.
It's a great tune, but it seems very sad.
Yeah, I think that album's sad.
Yeah,
But there's God Kept a Smile on Your Face. That song is rocking, man.
yeah.
I love that tune. That album is amazing. That Coldplay album, I think, is their best album by far. And they've gone kind of another way, but certainly amazing.
What do you
band.
think What do you think is the saddest one? In your opinion?
So because of what happened, like I lost a brother a long time ago, like
Oh,
11
okay.
years ago. So I can't listen to Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits without, like I can't, still to this day, can't finish the song.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think it's in my head and my heart now, but like
Mhm.
because I was so close to him and that was a song that we kind of, and he loved Dire Straits. So Brothers in Arms. That's like,
Okay.
yeah, because I think it's about you're losing someone in military. I think that's what the song kind of goes from. But
Right.
when you hear Brothers in Arms, and then
But
it's crazy how it just
it's not just the song; it's actually the context that you take it in, right?
a little bit, yeah.
Like
I think
it's-
so.
Like you could have a song that is not necessarily a sad song, but because you equate it with a memory of a person that
Exactly.
you've lost, it becomes that song. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that it's for every. That's an amazing thing about music, and is everybody has their own way of looking at it and listening to it and feeling about it.
Yeah.
It- It's like you could sing a song that the artist is singing about, like rainfall, and everybody has a different view of it.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, it's your own interpretations, right?
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
interprets things differently.
That's
could all
the
listen to-
best writers, eh? The
Yeah.
ones
Oh,
that
my
write and
God.
leave it like interpretively.
Yep.
Absolutely. Like Bob Dylan was the
It's-
king of that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He was so
It's an
interpretive.
art. That's
you
the
know?
art form.
A
I
lot
feel
of,
like really.
Yeah, I
A lot
agree.
of country artists were like that, though. It's a kind of like I don't know if it's the double entendre, but it had double meanings. The songs,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you won't ask me, but I'll tell you what my song is.
He was asking both
I
of
know,
us.
I'm just teasing. And mine goes the same way as James. It's from a memory from my
Okay.
dad, and he was a big country music guy. But the one song that I really love, and I struggle getting through it as well, is called Mr. Shorty, and it's Marty Robbins. And it's basically a song about a guy, he's not very tall, like my dad was, and he just, it's just the bartender's view of this guy being picked on by another gunslinger, and he ends up killing the guy because the guy's bugging him about his height, right? Like making fun of him and stuff. And my dad always loved that song, so that's my go-to.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Marty Robbins is a classic.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah,
I actually listened to that song when I picked up my dad's ashes the day that I had to go there. That was really surreal.
Yeah, I think that
So-
having an emotional connection to a
Yep.
song and playing it when you feel like you should play it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's sad.
Yeah, no, because sometimes
That's a good thing.
You definitely just need to do that, right?
Yeah.
Just you know what, I'm going to listen to the song. I'm not going to get through it, but I need to have that emotional, release.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's cool how that music is just so amazing. That's why
Yeah.
we do a podcast and we don't even play music.
Yeah.
But we have amazing artists that come in and
Yeah.
just shoot the shit with us, right?
Well,
So-
it's also the copyright thing too, right?
what do you mean the copyright
Well,
thing?
if we played music on this, we get in a lot of trouble because unless if we play Jake's song and he gives us permission to sing
Are
his
you
song,
going to allow us to play your song?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
yeah, if you send it to me, I'll put it into this podcast for you if you want.
So we'll
Okay.
play
We talked about.
we'll play the song right now.
Yep.
It's been a lot of lonely days, love, at the bottom of a bottle. Cost to living high when you're feeling low. When a lot of lonely places, where broken people lay up wasted, can't seem to find that something new. Got me feeling blue and now high. I'm feeling out of my mind. You ask me though, I tell you I'm fine. But there I go again, walking razor thin lines. Ooh, deep down I know there's still gotta be hope. Left for this lost and broken soul. I'm waging war out on the pavement. Can take another day spent in this town where they know my name. I hear the rolling hills are calling, the faintest wind that whispers, gonna be soon, you'll be free. No more blue and lonely and high. I'm feeling out of my mind. You ask me, oh, I tell you I'm fine. But there I go again, walking razor thin lines. Ooh, deep down I know there's still gotta be hope. Left for this lost and broken soul. I'm feeling out of my mind. You ask me though, I tell you I'm fine. There we go again, walking razor thin lines. Ooh, deep down I know there's still gotta be hope. Left for this lost and broken soul.
So you're going to go to an open mic tonight?
Yeah. It's at Beechwood Royal Oak.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they got a really cool space upstairs. There's drums,
Oh, nice.
because I play drums as well.
I know, yeah.
You didn't know that? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So they have a drum kit there. That's dope.
So do you just go up, do you kind of like sing while playing the drums?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I play the
That must
guitar
be
and
so
drum.
hard.
No,
you the guitar, but I know that do you
Yeah.
sing, like when you're playing the drums, do you sometimes sing while doing that?
I tried it once where I tried to play everything at once. I tried to play something on the guitar.
You'd have to be moving around pretty
Oh my
fast.
God.
Do you guys know who Shaky Graves is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's his kind of like shtick, right? Like
Yeah.
he plays it backwards with the tambourine and the thing.
Yep.
I fell in love with him back when I think I heard him in 2014 or whatever. And I was
Okay.
just like, man, I wonder, like, that seems really difficult to like, but his dynamics is so good. The way he like drops stuff out and then you don't hear it and then he'll like bring it back in or
Nice,
whatever, or
yeah.
like do a tempo change with it. It's really, really cool, man.
That is cool.
And then I was like, oh, I got to try this. And I'm like, this is really hard.
Yeah. No
There's
doubt.
Mad
Like,
props to him for doing that.
imagine playing everything at
Well,
once.
I tell you, there's another guy out of Montreal. His name's Steve Hill, and he's a blues guy, and he's amazing. And he does the same thing. He's got a bass guitar with the I think 2 of the chords are bass, and the other 3 are what I don't know. I'm not a musician,
Right.
but he's also got like a drumstick on the end of his bass guitar. So he's doing a lot of different things at the same time, plus singing.
Yeah.
And he is amazing.
Yeah, people are incredible.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you
Yeah.
see online.
And Steve Hill,
Really
if you
cool.
ever get a chance to see Steve Hill, like if he ever comes around, we're going
Okay.
because
Yeah.
he's such an experienced man. He's so good.
We're like we go to concerts together. That's kind of our thing.
Okay, cool.
And do a podcast together now, but
You guys ever seen Tommy Emmanuel come?
no.
Nope.
I haven't.
Just came. Do you know who he is?
Nope.
Oh yeah, he's probably like one of the best acoustic fingerstyle guitar players.
Really? Eh?
Okay. Yeah, write him down and definitely check him
Oh,
out.
I will. I
He does a song cover of Classical Gas.
okay. Yeah, I know
online.
that tune. Yeah.
It'll blow your mind.
Classical Gas.
I like
He
it.
was like
You know what? It's funny that you said that because my uncle that I was talking about earlier was an amazing flamenco guitarist. He was just schizophrenic, so he had challenges in other ways. But
yeah.
he would play classical gas. And
No way.
when my mom hears this later on, she'll probably remember it. But he was like incredible. Like it was just incredible. He'd be completely nuts, and then all of a sudden break into this song and just blow your mind because it's a really hard song to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's finger picking too, because that's another thing.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
things going on. Yeah, Tommy Emmanuel specifically is really, really good at utilizing like his thumb and like bass patterns and the melody and the rhythm like all at the same time. Yeah, he was certified guitar player from Chet Atkins. It's like
Oh, well,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
that's high praise right
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Chet Atkins.
yeah,
Yep.
so he had the privilege of playing with him all over the
What?
world. They did some shows and stuff. So yeah,
I've probably
And
heard of him.
that's that manual.
Tommy Emmanuel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
he's either coming or he already came. I was gonna try to get his show, but I think it was already.
I'll have to check it out.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I should know that name because I know who Chet Atkins is. I've loved Chet Atkins for years. An amazing guitar
Maybe
player.
you do, but you just forgot.
Yeah, I could.
You're
yeah.
old,
Yeah.
right?
I am old.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up again.
Oh man, it's too easy, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mr. Johnny Bravo over here.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Cool, man,
Um,
that show. If you go back and watch that show,
I dressed like him in for Halloween because I
Did
have
you?
like
Yeah.
I can get the hair really high
Yeah.
and I kind of have the same
Oh,
huge head
dude.
Yeah,
with tiny legs.
yeah.
Like I'm tall, but I have skinny legs. Anyways, that's another problem I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever dealt with performance anxiety?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, for sure. I could say that after getting clean and then going back out after COVID even too as well.
Yeah.
And then being in a new city where I didn't really know anybody. I think the first open mic I went and played like my own original song and didn't know anybody there and I hadn't been out and played in front of people. Plugged in is a lot different than like singing in your kitchen.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So
I would imagine.
I was like pretty nervous and I don't ever remember being really that nervous because
Yeah.
I grew up in the church as well, so like I was like I played drums in the church band.
Cool.
So from a young age, I was always playing in front of people.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so it wasn't really too big a deal.
Where'd you grow up?
In Milton.
Milton. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just outside of Toronto.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, I definitely have, for sure.
Okay. And how did you deal? Like, so you just kind of just overcame it, right? Like you kind of
You
have
just
to.
got to get up there and you know like. It's weird because you kind of like you're thinking things when you know you should be thinking about like where's the next chord or the next lyric,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I hope I don't screw this up. And like that's the worst thing
Yeah.
you can do. So I just started to learn like to not do that anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, you take some breaths and think, you know what, it's not a big deal.
Well,
No,
You know?
it's all you, right? Like
Yeah.
you, like I
you
try
psych
and
yourself
tell.
out.
Yeah, I tell everybody like, you know what? Yeah, I try and tell Dog especially because not that he's nervous here because this is his element, but
Yeah,
with other things, nobody cares.
yeah,
Nobody cares.
exactly.
You care, and the rest don't.
Yeah.
And if you worry about what they're thinking, they're not thinking about you at all.
No.
Which is I think a good advice that I got.
Totally.
And then
Yeah.
So I'd imagine because you have the talent, so you know you can do it.
Yeah.
And then you just overcome it by doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
people make mistakes. I mean, I think that's the biggest fear is like, I got to play this perfect. And if I don't, then I suck.
But
you know,
no,
it's like,
but that's not it, right? Like, and the same thing. Like James tells me that all the time because I get really anxious about doing when I DJ
yeah.
because I'm like, I did that wrong. And it's like it's all in my head.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't notice. Like I tell them at the end of the night, like that was a great show. I'm like, and in my head I'm going, no, I could have done this. I should have done this.
Yeah.
And they're like, they don't notice that. And it's like the same thing with your playing, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I missed that chord. But you know what? If they're enjoying it, they're up there dancing and having a good time. Then
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you've done what you need to do.
Exactly.
Exactly right, my man.
Yep.
Don't overthink
know.
it.
Yeah. Well, you know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it started to happen when we first started. I don't know. There's something about having this on and talking to the mic.
yeah.
It feels like a big production. And I was starting, I'm like, oh, man.
It's not.
Just have
Yeah,
to
but
take
you-
a couple breaths. And,
Yeah, but bro, it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
And
No
we're
big
we're
deal.
really thankful that you're here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Absolutely.
appreciate you guys
This has been
having me
awesome.
on.
So
It's awesome.
so what's next? So listen, when is the drop? When is it coming out?
I'm going to try to push. I was going to drop it on June 24th, but I don't think that's enough time to get it in front of Spotify editorial playlists. It's like where they put your song in front of actual people and they go through it and try to find a place for your song
Yeah,
based on genre and mood, styling, and stuff
makes
like
sense.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I really want to try to make sure I get it right because there's like 40,000 something songs uploaded on Spotify every day.
every day.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
Wow.
amount. So like,
Well,
if
makes
you,
sense
if
worldwide.
you mess it up, then the algorithm kind of just like,
Yeah.
I want to do well because I want to really help people, and that's
Yeah.
kind of the whole idea.
I think that's going to be your catalyst is the fact that you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for others.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's good. But there's no rush. I was just kind of messing with you because I was like, when is it coming out, man?
Oh yeah. No,
No, but like we
It's
said,
I was gonna ask you actually.
when have we decided this is coming out? Yeah,
Well,
it's
you're
just-
gonna hear Jake going out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, because we decided.
Yeah,
Dog and guts.
just put it out. Who cares? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, it'll never get played. They'll never make any money, and
Yeah.
they'll never raise any money for the cause.
no,
Yeah.
that's too much stress, man.
Yeah.
Now is Spotify the only platform?
No, it goes on like everything.
SoundCloud and all that.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good then because
Yeah.
it's everywhere, right?
I think it goes on Deezer.
Yeah, I've
Apple
seen Deezer. I've never
Music,
used. I use Apple Music.
Spotify.
I use Spotify. I use.
There's a bunch. There's
think
ones
Tidal.
all over the world too.
I use Tidal as well.
They're all over the
Yeah,
world too.
yeah.
Like you might be getting hits in like, wherever
Yeah.
India
Yeah.
or
Yeah, it's funny
or
how that works.
Germany or something.
Well,
you know?
it's funny you say that because I looked at our analytics for who's listening to our podcast. There's somebody in Morocco listening to us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah,
Or
whoever's
girl.
listening in Morocco, we love you.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Keep
Yeah,
listening.
absolutely.
What's next for you, Jake?
So I've just at a meeting there last night with the guys that I said I worked with at the studio there.
Right.
And so we're just kind of figuring out logistics of trying to put together a backing band for this EP. And so that'll be what's next. Hopefully we release the single and then go and try and play like some featured acts around town. And I have a couple other things planned for trying to get in front of, people that do bookings for the big name shows that come through.
Right.
Yeah,
There's an organization, I forget what they're called exactly, but
like the Blues Fest and Kempville Fair and all that.
these people work with like local artists to try to get them opening for the big acts that come through town. They try to match your genre and your style so that you can get fans from those people,
Right.
Okay,
which would be just so cool.
absolutely,
Absolutely,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my plan. This whole thing can be pretty overwhelming sometimes. Like being an
No doubt.
independent artist, and I've never released a single, so I don't know how all this like
Right.
making electronic press kit and all this stuff, like basically building a website with all this stuff, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of work
Yes.
if you want to do it right, I guess. If
I
you
think,
want to
yeah,
build it like a
but-
business, and
One thing I could tell you is, I mean, you're doing everything right in the sense that you're making sure that it's perfect. You know, you're going to have all that stuff ready to go, and nothing's going to be perfect, but still, I think that's so amazing.
Yeah, the thought pattern is good. Like you're not rushing stuff. You really want to get it out there. You're
Yeah.
anxious and stuff, but at the same time, no, it's got to be this way.
yeah.
It's got to be my way, Jake's way, and you know what? When it gets there, then it'll come out.
Yeah, I think it's important to try to do it professionally as possible.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like we live in a day and age where people like almost expect like the accessibility to make like high quality
Yeah.
production with the right pieces of the puzzle that make it look like a professional project.
Yeah.
I think that's all there, and I think that's what people expect to see.
There's a lot
some
of
sense,
challenges with
you know?
the fact that people want everything right away, right?
Yeah.
Be first. But the
Yeah.
fact that you're if I could speak freely, is you're putting this out there, and whenever it comes out, it's out forever.
Exactly.
So you have so much time ahead of you.
Yeah.
So what is it? A couple more weeks,
Yeah, exactly.
you right?
Well, the thing is I find a lot of people these days, it's just everything has to be right away.
Mhm.
Okay, Jake, you wrote this really awesome song. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
It's like, well, guys, it's a process. It's not just I just kind of.
I think
know.
they went through that even when they're making records back in the day too.
Yeah,
Like you have
but
a
you got the-
producer or something
Yeah,
or
or the-
a promoter or the I
Yeah,
guess the
yeah.
A&R
actual-
guy.
yeah.
The guy going, come on, guys.
The
Like, they're
record
even-
heads
Yeah.
and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need a single. This doesn't sound like a single.
But
Well,
going-
it's I just poured my heart onto this piece of paper for you, and this is an amazing song, and you're looking for a single that you don't like this. It's
Yeah.
man.
It's a
I could imagine.
compromise as an artist. I've heard John Mayer actually talk about that at Berkeley.
Yeah.
And he was saying, you got to kind of like find out what your compromise as an artist is. Like you do some stuff for you, and then you do
Mhm.
do some stuff for the people, I guess, is kind of how he.
Well, that's and then a lot of
Makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a cool thing with Jimmy Iovine. Like I always go back
Yes,
to
you
that
do.
because
Yep.
the Defiant Ones is a pretty cool.
That was
little,
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
So he talks about Bruce Springsteen, right? And we're going back to him, but Bruce Springsteen had a crazy work ethic, right? Like especially when he was starting that first album that Jimmy Iovine was involved in, The River, I think it was called. But he would work like 16 hours in a row and like not listen to anybody giving like, no, I'm making the album the way I want to make it, and it's gonna be. I'll give you a hit single, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
and then of course, it's one of his best albums.
Yeah,
right?
but-
So
But I find
exactly.
with Springsteen though, when he started out, he wasn't. I don't think he even had that kind of direction. You know what I mean? When he first started out, because like
I
if
don't
you look
know.
at the,
I think he was just a pure musician.
I know,
right?
but if you look at the changes in Springsteen, right? Like when he first started out, he's this scraggly little guy with, and then all of a sudden, the next time you see him, the guy's bulked up like 40 pounds, and all of a sudden he's doing 3-hour shows.
Well,
and
money
stuff.
helps. Money helps.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't
A
hurt.
few bucks in the bank, you're eating a little bit more and you're working
Okay,
out.
fair enough.
You know,
Okay.
when you're poor, I'm
not-
from New York, and you're trying to make an album. I'm sure there's challenges in the
I-
70s.
I'm certainly not dissing Bruce Springsteen. He's okay.
No, I'm with you,
Yeah.
bro. I'm
He's
just
all right.
saying,
He's an all right guy.
cash helps.
Yeah, it sure does.
Could be that, eh?
No.
I think.
He's eating now.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
living.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he's crazy fit too. Like
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
he works
yeah,
out like
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you like to open for?
Given the
I
choice.
don't know.
Like if it would be an Ottawa artist that you think of, or
Glorious Sons just came through. Do you
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
You
good
know those
choice,
guys?
man. Yep.
I
Yeah,
really
from
liked
Kingston.
that band.
didn't you
Yeah.
see them?
Yeah.
Didn't you
No,
work
I
with
did
them?
not.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah.
They had I think it was J.J. Wild or something.
Yeah.
Opening for them.
I know that name.
Yeah, you probably seen her popping around on Insta.
She's
maybe.
actually I think she's on the playlist that we got from Mecca.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they put on an awesome playlist of songs that they listen to on Spotify, and I think that was one of the artists.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pretty
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
but
That'd be
you
good.
know, somebody Canadian would be cool. To
Yeah.
band
Yeah.
together with somebody who else is.
Did you like the
Canadian.
Tragically Hip?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For
He's got to throw that in
Great,
there.
great songwriting.
I had to throw it in there. Of
Of course
course.
you did.
They're Canadiana, man.
Canada is coming up too, isn't it?
Yeah, July 1st.
Yeah, yeah, super close.
Oh, well.
Fuck, eh? Like, look at me with my
Wow, look at
July 1st.
Look at you knowing things.
Well, listen, Jake, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no, it's
It
been a
was-
pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
this
so nice to have you.
Yeah, awesome. I really enjoyed this. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll have to. We can't wait to hear it. Obviously, we've heard it, and I'm sure people when they hear it here, they'll probably download it on Spotify. And I love the story behind it. I love and I love the fact that you're giving back. And we look forward to having you back when you're a big star, man.
Yep.
Cool.
Don't forget about us.
You guys are my first podcast.
Nice.
Welcome. Well, you know what? We appreciate you being here. Honestly, it's
Yeah, man.
Absolutely
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Absolutely do.
and a ukulele. We'll talk about that after.
yeah. We'll get down to the brass tacks.
Brass tacks, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Jake.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, dog.
Okay, thanks, Gus. Until next time, guys.